Hey folks, Paul here. Welcome to another edition of the Baseball Dads podcast. I want to read to you today from the 567 Dad book, the baseball edition of the book. And today we're going to be talking about making habits instead of setting goals. And a lot of times we spend so much time on the goals of a player making it to a certain level, the goals of a team competing in a championship or winning at a championship. But I'm not against setting goals, but there's a point where I believe that goals can become toxic goals when we're focused more on somewhere out there and not where we should be here. And I think in our young men, we should be more focused on creating habits. And baseball is the best sport to create habits in. And so I want to read to you technique number 1 from chapter 8, page 75 of the Baseball Dad's book, which you can get a copy of free at 567dad.com. So technique 2, make habits more important than goals. We always hear have a goal, get a goal, write your goals down, have goals to drive you forward in life. Goals are important, but habits are more important. As you lay the foundation for life with your son and the foundation for everything you do, make habits more important than goals. Goal setting organizes your life around usually a singular outcome. But what I've seen too many times are baseball players and coaches who achieve their goals and then realize they don't want them. Or they generate a success that no longer fuels them. This happened to me. I set a goal of being a professional baseball coach. I reached it at an early age, actually 21 years of age, a goal that most people never reach in their entire career. I reached my goal and I realized I didn't want it. Subnote, I'll talk about it later. I see a lot of people get to this point and say, well, now what do I do? They've organized so much of their life around achieving one specific goal, and if that payoff doesn't come and it doesn't feel like they've secured that goal, as a result, the feeling that's left is emptiness. I talk to a lot of kids who are at the end of their career trying to figure out what to do now because they got their goal and their whole life was organized getting it, and they don't have a plan for anything else. Having your focus on developing habits that might lead you to an outcome is a more productive framework for success because a habit changes who you are. A habit turns you into the person that you want to be. Productive habits can stay with you for a lifetime. Goals come and go, but habits form you. So I want to talk about this because in a lot of the mentoring that I do with dads and with players, a very disturbing trend that I've been dealing with a lot of late are players that get to age 23 or even early in their college career where all of a sudden they've spent the last 10 or 12 years of their life dedicated to maybe making the pros or being a Division I player, and maybe they got that goal of being a Division I player or playing in college, and either they realize their professional dream might not come true, and now they're faced with kind of this stark reality, or they get to college and they find out maybe they're not a starter, or they can't crack the lineup, and all of a sudden, like, the whole organization of the last 10 or 12 years of their life has been to this thing that's maybe not kind of working out. Even worse, just as a side note, even worse are players that get out of professional baseball. And I mentor a few of these guys that they have no social skills. They can't make friends because their friends are handed to them every March for 6 or 9 months, and now they're out in the real world and they've given up a lot of their prime education years, and they don't have social skills. They don't know how to adapt in an environment where you can't spit when you talk, or you can't scratch your, or wear a baseball hat, and they don't know how to function in the real world. So you have an opportunity now, if you read the book and talk about the 23 funnel, we've done podcasts on this, right now your funnel is probably wide. So what I would suggest to you is that right now, instead of having a goal of saying, I want to play at a certain level, is form habits of hard work, dedication, determination, discipline, teamwork, fair play, and make those the things that you measure and that you develop over time, and not organizing your life around a goal. Because what I see a lot about, especially in showcases, travel ball and stuff like that, is that people like to take a shortcut. And if they see a way that they think they can get their goal without doing the work, if they can get the medal without running the race, they try and do it. There's a great story about a woman named Rosie Ruiz, who actually, I think it was the Boston Marathon. She snuck on, this is way back when. She snuck on, ran like the last, 5 miles and for the win, and she was caught, right? She wanted the medal, but she didn't win the race. And so a lot of times we see that people will organize around a specific outcome. And remember this, every time, your whole entire baseball career, the judgment of which is in the hands of somebody else, right? Now, you might have some talent where it doesn't matter, right? If you've got Ken Griffey, Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter talent, right? That's going to be evident. But a lot of times it's going to be a coach that chooses you to make a team or not make a team, that chooses to give you playing time or not give you playing time. A high school coach who cuts you or sends you to JV. A Division I coach that offers you a spot, a scholarship, whatever. It's almost like everything you're organizing is you're putting that in the hands of somebody else. Where if you're developing habits, those are yours. You own them. They belong to you. So I would focus much more on the habits that you want to see your son develop so that he can then use them when he steps out into the real world and baseball does end. And go for it all you want. I think sometimes I get misunderstood that I think that we shouldn't play baseball with all our heart and all our soul if that's what's in us. Yes, we should. We should do it. It's in me, right? I'm doing these things. I'm doing everything. I'm trying to do everything with my heart and soul. You should play baseball and you should drive that bus as far as you possibly can to whatever level that you desire. But I don't want that to be the one thing you're focused on. I want you to develop the habits that will take you and if you develop the habits, that will happen anyway. So if you develop the habits of dedication, discipline, hard work, teamwork, integrity, loyalty to your team, being punctual, being a hard-nosed baseball player, those are habits, right, that you'll take into your job, into your career. And if you do that, you're going to maximize your chances of making the most of your baseball career anyway. So I would much rather have you develop habits than set goals, because a habit will change who you are. A goal is just something you reach. A habit will form you into the person that you can be and into the husband, father, and leader that you will be tomorrow. So thank you guys for listening so much. I appreciate it. Go to 567dad.com, free copy of the book. And there's a couple bonuses in there as well. You can actually get my cell phone number, my actual cell phone number, if you get a free copy of the book, and I'm going to give you a cell phone. I hope to talk to each and every one of you. So thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks.